Bam Bam GT here with another video. This video right now, we're going to review the RS5 2022, which is way better. Well, I wouldn't say way better, probably more updated. Looking at the front, because I saw the RS5 at one of my car and coffee conventions I went to, and it didn't look like that. That looks like a lot better. But the car wasn't on also, so it could have been like that. But yeah, I'm also going to review try to see if it's a new version of the RS3, like this year, maybe 20ish, like 21 or 22ish, and see if it's a new version of it. Just because you saw my last video, I didn't really like the interior that much, so hopefully it updated the interior. But hey, further ado, let's jump into it. See what's up.
Going for a drive. 2022 Audi RS5. Sportback with launch control. Unofficial launch control. Jeez, that's fast. I even caught the upshifts. Horsepower and torque. 444 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque from a...
Let's just let that sit in for a little bit. Yeah. So, me looking at the vehicles, like, I'm not looking for like just throwing money on a vehicle with a bunch of horsepower, so I can be like, oh, I'm there. You know what I mean? I want a vehicle where I have enough horsepower on it, so therefore when I add stuff to it, it will boost the horsepower just a little bit up, and I'm already up there already. You get what I'm saying? Like, it took me a minute and some money for my GT line that I got outside for the Kia K5. It took me a minute to even get up to like 2, close to like 3. I'm at 269. I'm at and I don't even have a JB4 tune in it yet, and that's just the little simple stuff that I did to it. I know a guy who could do a little flash tunes to the car, even though I didn't have like a tuning actual thing to go into it. He tapped it to my computer in the car. It did like a little bit of stuff to it that give it a little bit more oomph that was in there, and boosted me up with the intake and stuff that I had there that helped me out a little bit. So my car is tuned, I guess you can say, but I don't have a tuning spot for it. So the JB4, when I get that, he said I can piggyback off of that. He said he could use that for it, because I don't think lap 3 is gonna do anything for that car besides like the 2.5 one that they have. But yeah, but still, even with that, I probably would touch 3, probably. But getting a car that's already at 4 and doing the same work that I did to that car and that I can do to this one, let's just say if I get the RS5, I'll probably get like 5 or 6 maybe, easily, but
that's 2.9 liter twin turbo V6.
2.9 V. Go back. I'm sorry. I'm just mesmerized. I'm sorry.
The upshifts. Horsepower and torque. 444 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque from a 2.9 liter twin turbo V6.
Twin turbo V6.
And the 1.3 million of you who watched our last RS5 video will know how much we love the launch in the last one. It's pretty much exactly the same in this one. And thank you all 1.3 million of you for watching that one, and let's get 1.5 million on this one. Okay, let's get into the changes first. Mostly it's cosmetic and some interior stuff with the infotainment.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. I do see like some blank stuff down there, which I hate, but that's what I want. The reason why I say that entertainment system, like the screen is way bigger than that little tiny little tablet thing that's like the size of probably like a Galaxy Note probably phone 3 or something like that. That phone is like literally the same size. Like, I like that. That's clean. Like, look at that. That is clean. I like that. Way better than the RS3 setup. I'm gonna see if they updated that. I'm gonna see if it's an updated version for that vehicle. But is like, if this price is good, I'll probably be looking at this.
Alert, the actual powertrain or anything hasn't changed, but I'm going to send it into cliche corner, and let's downshift.
And it's twin turbo.
And holy crap, this turn-in is actually ridiculous. It makes it feel like it has rear-wheel steering, but it doesn't, and this is a straight-up weapon through cliche corner.
It's so easy, too.
Yeah, and the Quattro, all-wheel drive, is actually really, really good. It doesn't really understeer in this car, which it does in some other Audis.
It doesn't really oversteer either.
No, it's very neutral. This is a very, very well-balanced car, except with the suspension, which I'll get to in a second.
I think part of that cliche corner rip was the tires on it.
Yeah.
Conti Sport Contact.
Ooh,
They are the
them
recommended
rims.
vehicle.
Ooh, I like that.
They're my favorite Continental tire.
And speaking
like
of
them
Continental
wheels.
tires, I actually had to get my Continental tires
Them rims
switched
is
over for my
nice.
Fiesta ST. So here's a shot of the trunk space with my 1552 wheels and my Extreme Contact.
Oh, it's a
I am now
hatchback.
switching to the Viking Contact 7 for winter.
Make sure you guys get some Continental
Okay.
tires for winter once it hits 7 degrees.
Yes, right now is probably the time.
By the time this video comes out, get winter tires.
So let's get the updates on the looks out of the way.
Starting with the front end, instead of the solid line headlights, the DRLs, we now have the newer style where it's kind of broken up into little dashes.
Yeah, which is their new design language, and I actually do really like it.
And then on the grille, we've got those 3 little fake hood scoop things like the R8 does, and I think the e-tron did as well.
Yep, that's their R thing to do.
And besides that, maybe a few little changes in the bumper on like the little vents and stuff, but it looks pretty much the same from the front.
Yeah, and from the side, the first thing that is the most noticeable is the spec of this car.
The paint!
The Sonoma green on these bronze wheels, this is perfect.
And we waited for the perfect lighting to get a nice reflective shot of this paint.
That's
like,
nice.
how amazing is this?
That's
Paint is
nice.
so
That's
good
nice.
because it's got some like gold flakes in it. It looks amazing.
I'm not really like, normally if you ever go through my videos, I love white cars. Like, I just love how white cars look, especially when you clean them. Got the nice shine, got a ceramic coat on it, and like it just nice and shiny, and like it looks clean. But this green, man,
I actually got
this green is
from, like,
different.
Random strangers
It's
parking this
different.
Paint of the year?
Spec of the year for a press car, except the Porsche that I spec'd out.
Disagree. Okay, the wheels, they are bronze.
Yeah, and they're part of a very expensive package because they also include some other things. I really think they should have just separated out the wheels, but it's a good way to force you into this nice package.
I feel like they're the exact same wheels that we had on the last RS5 that we reviewed, just now a different color.
Yeah, matte bronze, but this is perfect.
And the stance,
Stance is
with
great.
these tires, the way it fits and everything is very, very good.
Nice and low, nice and meaty.
And then we still have the exact same body lines. Last one was chalk. I think the body lines pop a lot more with a nice green metallic color.
Yeah, a lot more. Definitely order yours from tsp.truecar.com in this color.
Or get something that's already built in inventory.
That's right.
It is right. And now new at the back, we
It is
also
right.
have updated taillights that look different, like the new style ones.
And then we have oval exhaust, just like we do on every RS. There's a little part to the inside that doesn't really look like it's connected to the exhaust tip. Not quite sure what's going on there, but it is valved. You can actually see the valves.
And then this also now looks like an RS6 at the back with the diffuser that comes up and around.
Yes.
Which is very cool, even though there is fake vent there.
But let's take a listen to the outside.
that's what so like I'm like falling in love right now. Like, I'm really falling in love right now. I love exhaust like that because if you have a car, right, and you have, obviously the mufflers underneath with, silence the car, but you hear stuff like that, like you rev it, you hear the like you can hear it a little bit. You probably don't even have to do any too much to it. You probably don't even have to take off the resonator, to be honest. You probably can just replace the resonator probably with the glass one or whatever. Probably with the glass one, and take off the mufflers and just have no mufflers on it, and that shit probably would be popping. Like, you probably don't even have to do, like, if you want to spit flames, I would say, go full, catless and just go full straight pipe. But damn, man, that sounds nice. I heard a stock Stinger before, and it didn't have any pops to it. It was just engine noise. Like, it's nothing like that.
And unlike the last one, you can rev this one all the way to redline in park.
So disappointing.
Bruh. Oh, you can't? I do you say you could? Well, hold up.
last one, you can't rev this one all the way to redline in park.
So disappointing.
Just like the new R8 where they like drop the red line in low, which is like, we're like, you're paying for this car, all this power, I just want to rev at people.
Whatever European regulation prevented everybody from doing that, just cut that one out.
So my understanding is the other one you could, but this one you can't, I'm guessing. I mean,
it's probably
a little tune can
So
fix
overall,
that.
looks-wise, is there enough of a difference to get this one over the last one?
I would say no, but there are some interior things that would actually sway me. However, I'll let you address those. First, before you drive, I actually want to address the biggest gripe that I have with this car, and that is the suspension. So I don't know if you guys have noticed us bouncing around. This road is pretty smooth. This suspension is just damped incorrectly. So for regular roads, maybe on a racetrack, this would actually be really good, but it's just way too stiff in its stiffest mode. Now we do have the RS Sport suspension, so I haven't driven one without it. Maybe that solves this, but if you put it in the softest mode, it's also very bouncy. So I think they just totally got the damping wrong, and this is the only Audi that does that. So Audi engineers, please reach out, let us know why this particular Audi is damped the way it is.
Yeah, even though you probably don't watch this as an Audi engineer, hit me up on LinkedIn, Yuri Tershin, so I know you work at Audi, and explain maybe it's perfect for passing people on the Autobahn or a specific racetrack that really matters. We would love to know.
And to prove to Yuri that I'm not crazy about my thoughts on the suspension, there we go. I actually Googled it, and I checked, and there was Audi World, this forum, that actually referenced our previous review because people were actually complaining about if the suspension was too stiff, because people were justifying, like, you know, if you spend $100,000 on a car, you might not want to complain about it, but people were actually complaining that it's too
$100,000. This car costs $100,000.
stiff and it's bouncy.
Yeah, that's one of my theories that I've been talking to you about, is like, things can be wrong with cars, but if you paid over $100,000 and waited 8 months for it, you're not going to complain, because then you look kind of like an idiot.
That's why we are unbiased, because we don't buy these cars.
But like, if you bought a $3,000 camera and it kind of sucked, you'd be like, that thing's kind of a piece of garbage, whatever. You'll get it. It's not as bad as spending.
Dude, so I hear him talking. I can see him laughing in the car, but as you hear him just and he has mufflers underneath there, like, oh man, it's just, if y'all wondering why I keep talking about mufflers, it's like if he takes that off, that exhaust in the back, like, you'll probably hear the pops a lot better, and it doesn't even look like maybe he's driving like 30 miles, maybe 40, and you get like, oh man, I hope this car don't cost that much. I'm gonna go back so y'all can hear it.
And waited 8 months for it.
This
You're
listen.
not gonna
This
complain,
listen.
'cause then you look kind of like an idiot.
That's why we are unbiased, because we don't buy these cars.
But like, if you bought a $3,000 camera and it kind of sucked, you'd be like, that thing's kind of a piece of garbage, whatever. You'll get it. It's not as bad as spending over $100,000 and waiting 6 months.
Or if you bought a $5,000 Fox body and it was total garbage, but you tell everybody it's really good.
I know that guy.
All right, so enough of my rants. Basically, only the suspension. Let's get you behind the wheel. But I'm gonna floor it one last time. This pulls so hard. This is great.
It kind of does. Unofficial launch control, because it doesn't say launch control, but it does build boost,
Which is the point of launch control. Oh my god.
Chirping the wheels, get a little sideways for quattro.
It literally feels like it's jumping. It's crazy. So 0 to 60 is around 3.5 seconds.
And then if we're cruising in sport automatic and I floor it,
didn't downshift too many gears, but you can feel the turbo spooling.
yeah. And then a non-launch control floor it.
Ooh, it's not gonna be good.
But those upshift sounds sound awesome.
They do,
But you got, like, nothing off the line.
Nah, that initial like 2 second is nothing.
And a few ZF8 speed farts.
Not bad.
But like, it's pretty quiet here.
It's very chill. Considering we have the sport exhaust, like,
It's a luxury car, but it probably sounds pretty good once we're combined.
yeah, well, it kind of sounds like air from the outside, because every Audi basically sounds like air because their mufflers are like really, really good.
So infotainment-wise, we got rid of the old rotary thing that we had with the no touchscreen. Now we've got a touchscreen. It's pretty much in the same position, which is very nice.
It's very similar to the Audi e-tron that we drove recently.
Yeah, and we have no second screen for our infotainment. We have hard buttons, which we really like. Then we've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless or wired, so that's all really nice. Then we have a 360 camera, with all the different things we can see, but then we don't have the spinning around mode like we have in pretty much every other Audi.
Yeah, it's weird that they omitted that part.
Yeah, it's like, is that software that's missing, or do they actually need more hardware for that?
I wouldn't down it just because I have a 360. I mean, you can see enough camera sizing from it already. I mean, just for me, like I wouldn't really care. Like why would I want to spin it around? Like I got so much. Like you can't be that bad at parking that you need to like have all that crazy
And
shit.
then our gauge cluster has also been updated to the new one. We can change the way things look. Every Audi is pretty much exactly the same, but
Yeah,
That's
the
just
tack
nice.
has changed basically.
but they all have very good infotainment, so there's
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
Now, some of the best infotainments in the industry.
And the paddles are still pretty much the same, small little plasticky ones.
They're a little bit more metacular, yeah, that's right.
Metallicular.
Yeah, they're a little bit more metal.
But you know what? Don't put those like paddle extensions on. Those are cheese.
Yeah, please don't do that, guys.
How about our seat
I'm one of
position
those
and our
guys.
seats?
I probably
Great,
would.
nice and
I'm one of
low,
those
the seats
guys.
are super comfortable, and we even have massages.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising for an Audi.
Right, exactly.
All right, an RS Audi.
Yeah, and then we have bolstering, which is really good. Backseat room, not so good for myself at 6'1.5". My head hits the roof.
5'8", it's perfect.
And room in the trunk is actually really good. As I showed you with my tires earlier, you can fit so much stuff in there. Sportbacks are the way to go.
Yeah, even with the back seats all the way up, it's so much room. And then we got a privacy cover. I love hatchbacks.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And now for some fun stuff. Cup holders, they're good. The grips aren't too tight. We'll fit a small cup.
And they're in the front, which is really nice.
We have a ratcheting armrest that extends, which I really like.
And we also have a wireless charger down there.
Okay,
Visors.
careful.
3, 2, 1.
Yes!
Oh,
Yeah. Come on, Audi.
3, 2, 1.
Yes. Good job.
does that just come with Audi? That comes with like every car, the visor stuff. I'm gonna try it with my car one day. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I just never did. I don't use them like at all. Like so.
And we have a bunch of matte carbon in here. It looks really good. There's a little bit of gloss black down here, which is definitely not my favorite.
Matte carbon is much better than gloss carbon.
Ooh, I like both.
Which one do you like more?
Depends on the day. Depends how I'm feeling.
And before we get to the price, a little bit of cliche corner on my end.
Dude, the turn-in is very impressive.
Everything about this car is insane, and it's so easy, like I said in the last one, and this one feels even better for some reason.
Maybe it's the tires. Even those same
Remember,
tires.
I love the RS6 cliche corner too, even on winters.
You did.
I love that
As much as I
sound.
don't like Audis, I can drive them very fast. At least it feels like that to me.
I feel like a lot of them are losing that understanding that they
Ooh.
used to have.
All right, that's pretty much everything with the new RS5. Let's get to the price.
This one starts at $87,400.
Canadian.
And with all the
Okay.
crazy packages we have, this one is $112,540.
If you need a getaway from bad guys,
The US $80,000 for that, going up to 90. Probably with the taxes and everything like that, probably touching 90. I probably had to get a lower year if I want this, cause that.
this is the easiest car to do it, and especially
If I was
you're not
balling
the
like
best
that, I
driver.
probably would have
Yes,
got a
so if
Porsche.
you're being
Like,
chased by bad guys, hopefully you have already purchased this vehicle.
And then would you take this over a previous RS5 because that one can rev all the way out?
I mean,
if the R, I'm gonna do another review on the older one. But if the 2018 one, I think he just showed revs all the way to red line. This one doesn't. I'm confused why. Are they both twin turbo too? Because that's the case if the 2018. Because I don't really care about years for the car. Like I'm not that kind of guy that's like, oh, I got a 2022. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. But if the older one revs up and it's still twin turbo, still has the same horsepower, maybe a little bit of stuff in there is missing, but like it's still nice and clean with the interior stuff. Like I'll probably go with the old one. Like why not?
I mean, they're kind of the same, just the better infotainment, which is a big difference, and I normally
Okay.
don't care about that. Suspension's the same, power's the same.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever you can get a better deal on.
Newest green one with the new infotainment and hack it so you can rev to red line.
Yeah, I mean, that would be ideal, but you could probably save a lot of money if you got to use one, so check tsb.truecar.com.
I mean, he kind of just said what I was thinking in my head. If it's just the new entertainment system that's in the in the inside and stuff like that, it's all brand new and stuff like that. the lights in the front, the back lights and stuff like that. That's a little bit different, but it's literally the exact same car. I mean, I probably, I'll probably go with the older version, to be honest. It's exactly what I said in my other videos. Like it's like getting a Stinger GT2 and you got the Stinger GT1. They both the same. Just one comes with like I think the 360 camera and like a little bit other stuff. And like you can get red interior seats with that one, which I don't really care about red interior seats. You know, I'd rather have black because red. I mean, if it gets dirty, it shows pretty easily. Um, or you can get the GT1, which is had the exact same thing as this one, but this one just got a little bit features to it, and it boosts it up a little, like about I think 300 grand or something like that, a little bit more from the other one. So um, I don't know. Please stay tuned. 'Cause I'm going to review. I want to review that the 2019. I want to check it out. I want to see it. Now the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm just comparing vehicles and cars that I would like to have that I'm thinking about saving up to and probably possibly purchasing and getting. But right now, like I said, I'm just getting up there. I just want to look and see what I can get. You know what I mean? Look and see what I can get. But this newer one is way too much. I should have expected that. I mean, it's a 2022. I shouldn't expect it to be any cheaper than what it is. But hey, this is Bam Bam GT, and thank you for watching, man. Peace.